Love at Maple Hill. Kennedy Blake. Chapter 1. The Return to Maple Hill. The road to Maple Hill curved gently through the countryside, flanked on either side by stretches of wildflowers swaying in the late afternoon breeze. Sarah Jennings leaned slightly forward in the driver's seat, her fingers tightening on the steering wheel as the town's wooden welcome sign came into view. Faded but familiar, the sign read, "Welcome to Maple Hill, where every season tells a story." She hadn't seen it in over 10 years, but it felt as though it had been waiting for her, quietly holding its place like a memory stored away in a box under the bed. The rental car's engine hummed steadily as she drove past the fields she once ran through barefoot, the trees taller now, but the same in their quiet watchfulness. Everything had changed, and yet so little had. The hilltops still rolled gently toward the horizon, and the distant bell from the town's chapel chimed faintly through the air, as if it too was greeting her. Sarah had spent the past decade living in the city, trading quiet days for deadlines and soft nights for skyline views. Yet something had always tugged at her, something she couldn't quite explain until her grandmother's letter arrived. The envelope was cream-colored and slightly bent at the corners, her name handwritten in that careful script she remembered from childhood birthday cards. Inside the words were simple, "It's time to come home, dear." No explanation. No urgency. Just a pull, as gentle and undeniable as the wind. Her grandmother's cottage stood near the edge of town, tucked beside a row of maple trees that had earned the hill its name. As Sarah turned onto the gravel driveway, she felt the crunch of familiar ground beneath the tires. The cottage looked smaller than she remembered, or perhaps it was she who had grown larger, changed by time and distance. The shutters, once a vibrant teal, were now sun-bleached and a little crooked. The front porch sagged slightly, but the flower boxes beneath the windows still overflowed with marigolds and ivy. It was as if the house had aged right along with the woman who lived inside. The door creaked open before Sarah could knock. Her grandmother, Margaret Jennings, stood in the doorway with her arms folded over a knitted shawl, her silver hair pinned up in a neat bun. Her eyes, blue and bright as ever, crinkled at the edges when she smiled. "Well," Margaret said, voice firm but warm, "you took your sweet time." Sarah let out a breath she didn't know she'd been holding, and stepped into the embrace waiting for her. "I missed you, Grandma," she whispered. "And I missed you too," Margaret replied, patting her back. "Come inside. The kettle's on." The cottage smelled of lavender and old wood. Sarah's suitcase thunked gently onto the polished floorboards as she followed her grandmother into the...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?